Hey guys, I'm Beartrain. This is a video in a series that is pulled from my streaming sessions on Twitch, twitch.tv/beartrain5213. We're playing Minecraft, doing survival Minecraft in a world that I'm trying to build around my campaign setting. Here's the map. I made this setting for a Dungeons and Dragons campaign, and we have not I haven't been able to play in a few years because it's just scheduling and stuff like that. So the plan is to build this world, or at least the major locations in this world, in survival Minecraft. And I'll be recording the VODs here on YouTube, um, and hopefully we'll get to see you on the stream. Thanks a lot. Let's get into it. Anyway, logged in and got distracted. Hey there, guys. Let me turn the light on. There we go. If you follow my VODs on YouTube, sorry about what actually made it, because we streamed for like an hour and a half last week, and then when I went and captured the VOD, like only had 13 minutes of usable video because I noticed at the end that I was having encoding errors all the way through, and so that meant that it got really choppy bad. Okay, we're reconnected. Sorry about that. My Wi-Fi just decided to let go. There we go. Things are looking good now. All right. So anyway, like I was saying, we were having some encoding issues last time, so I've made a couple of changes to how I'm doing things on the back end, and hopefully that will improve things. I'm going to monitor it a little more actively because, again, new to this, and so therefore wasn't even realizing that was a thing. The problem that we had just now was my Wi-Fi cut out, so we fixed that. If I continue to have Wi-Fi issues, then what's going to end up happening is I'm going to end up going to a direct hardline, but that's a little bit of a pain in the butt, so I'd rather not do it if I don't have to. So right now we're looking at the world at Trunk Base, and we're looking at the world seed that I'm using for Crol, and spawn is right there, and we ended up being, probably here-ish. And so now I just want to look around and see. Let's look at this a little bit on a larger scale. Look at shapes. There's a little mushroom island there. Okay. Big cherry grove, and there's a ancient city there. Um, Alright, let's get some of this junk off the screen so I can actually see what's going on. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. Especially, I'm just trying to look at terrain shapes. And kind of what I'm looking for is, where do I want to put Trader's Gate? Flower Forest, Sunflower Plains, Forest, Pale Garden, Jagged Peaks, wow, there's 3 ancient cities all right near each other. Jagged Peak right there too. That's interesting. Of course, that's spawn is there. That's yeah, that's not too bad. It would be fun to have the end fortress be under Trader's Gate. So let's start with that. I think. There's one. There's spawn. There's another one right there. Wow, there's a bunch of these right near each other. I was dropping frames. But it looks like it's coming down. Yeah, so one of the things I might end up doing is I might end up reducing my frame rate. Just because, I mean, I might not be able to run at 60 FPS. I might have to record at a stream at a lower than that. Well, we dropped 344 frames while I'm looking at chunk base. It's not even online. So, or that's not even in Minecraft. It's suboptimal. Maybe we put it there. There's 2 villages there. So just as a point of reference, like what I'm looking at, right? So all you're seeing right now is looking at chunk base and me talking about maybe putting Trader's Gate at underneath over an end portal. Here's my world map. And let me bring it in. So you can see what the heck we're doing. So Trader's Gate is right there. And this is like the hub, right? And to the west of that and the southwest are the runic freeholds, and the rune are like the dwarves in my setting. And there's a big mountain range there, and on top of that mountain range is where the dragonborn and the kobolds are. It's a whole thing. We'll get into it. But and then there's woods to the north and all that. And that, I don't know, that might work. I'm not. Just to be clear, we are not recreating this entire world map in Minecraft. There is no way. That's just not going to happen. It's too big, and doing all the terrain to try to make this, to try to make this match that's not going to happen. Alright, so that is interesting. I might want to check this out. So the reason why I'm doing this is that I probably don't want to just dig a random hole in the ground at spawn. That probably is not going to meet my needs. Because I'm probably not going to build at spawn, to be honest. I'm probably just going to put waystone down at spawn and then move on to where we're actually going to do something. So let me let's flip to another screen. We don't want that. We want that. So, but this spot is very interesting, I think. It's in the birch forest. There's some water. There's some meadows. There's villages nearby, which is handy. This mountain range is very interesting to me. It's very interesting. I want to see what's going on there, and just double checking what's going on with my rendering again. I dropped 2 frames due to rendering and encoding lag since I reset. That's not terrible. We'll see what happens when we go live, when we start playing Minecraft. Alright, let me get these coordinates down. -988. That is a little bit of a haul. 4372. It's 4,000 some blocks from spawn. So, okay. Now let's look at this again. Okay. Alright, let's get rid of chunk base. You can see my super cool Battletech desktop. And let's get Minecraft fired up. Boop. There we go. Well, the second that I try to do this, it's going to load. Yep, what did I say? But I'm inside, so it's alright. I hear a wandering trader. Still doing okay on drop frames. It's good. Of course, we're not doing anything. You're just sitting here, standing there, staring, looking at this lovely door. But it's the thing. It's happening. We're doing this. Behold the door and its dooriness. Alright. There is nothing worse than borrowed pants, which is what I'm using right now. Alright, come on. Those can stay here. How do you make a warp stone? Amethyst, 4 ender pearls, and a gold ingot. It's not too expensive. What's up? Well, I have a book on waystones. Yeah, I do. Let's look at this real quick. Oh, that's my torches. I want those. So what I'm thinking about doing is putting a waystone at spawn. and then moving on. Okay, so that's a little more complicated than I'm ready to deal with right now. We're doing okay, still not dropping frames. Maybe we... I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I almost said it. I almost said it. But I'm not going to say it. We're going to see what happens. Alright, so my little stash is at 76, 39. Because we're going to go on walkabout. And then we're going to come back here later. And put a waystone here. But for now, this can just stay here. I'll grab the steak, and I'll grab this pork chops, and I'll grab this coal. This iron, and this iron. I'll take this carrot. Spruce saplings I care about, the rest of it I don't really. Oh, leather, I can make some bundles. Let me do that really quick. I'll leave my first my first wooden pick here and then come back for it later. I do intend to come back for it later. I want to keep it. So we got this piece of red dye right here, and so we'll dye one of these bundles red. I got one for my utility stuff and one for everything else. Stone cutter. Let's do that before we go. Still doing good. Of course, we're not doing a whole lot. We're just standing around that spawn cooking stone. Stone cutter, thank you. Put that in the bundle. I love bundles. They're so good. And furnace going bundle. So I'd like to have a utility bundle that has some basic stuff in it that will stack. That's the best way to do it. And so I'm going to grab this and throw a couple of chests in there. And then my other stuff that I want to keep and not worry about. So this bundle right now has got a chest in it. It's got a furnace, a stone cutter, and a crafting bench. And you can mouse wheel to grab one of them. And that's a great way to carry a lot of different things that stack individually but won't stack together, right? So I'd love to kill all of my crafting benches and stuff, all my things like that I want to have with me because I want to use them for building in a bundle. And then I have another bundle that I use for all my random junk because it'll carry a stack of random junk. So that means that all of this stuff can go into the bundle and it gets it out of my inventory. As long as it's less than a stack, we're good. So, what other stuff am I going to bring with me on this little adventure? I don't care about the bows. I don't care about the gunpowder. Probably bring these with me. But I think I can make them. I know I can make them again, but the rest of this stuff. Grab a stack of cobble. The decorator in me wants the firefly bush, so we'll take that. And I will bring the wooden pickaxe. Or will I? Hang on. Brian, what are you doing? You're wasting your time. Oh, yeah, but it's my time to waste. So if I want to spend time making a birch sign, I'll put underneath this right here. And I'll put the date, a week ago today. There we go. And we can come back and get this later. But now it's not in a random chest, now it's stuck to a random wall, and that's better, right? This makes no sense. Alright, we sleep in the bed. Cool, we're still not having any encoding errors that I'm seeing. So that's good. I don't need to bring these spruce logs with me. Bring these logs with me. Stack of cobble with me. Anything else I can pretty much take care of now. Do I want a boat? The answer might be yes. There is a birch boat. Plank can live there. That plank can live there forever. And now we have a boat. Put the boat on the bar. Probably don't need a fishing pole on the bar. Torches, food. Boat. Alright. Oh, hello, friend. Well, here are some little leather booties. You know what? I'll grab this leather armor. Alright, and I am going to negative 988 by positive 4372. Let's see how we can do by boat. Going by boat is going to be better just because it's going to use less hunger. Even if I end up going out of my own way a little bit. So we generically kind of want to go that way. Put the sugarcane in the bundle. And then, if we find other interesting things, we can grab them as we go. Because we're going to want bamboo. I happen to find some bamboo on the way, because we're going a long way. Negative 988. Ooh, jungle trees. We're going to stop there and get some saplings. And some bamboo. Look at that. And a cocoa bean. You know what? I'm going to be better served by cutting one of these down. I don't need a giant jungle tree, I need a little jungle tree. What is going to give me saplings? Because I don't even need these logs, really. I just want the saplings. Drowned there. Alright, let's see what we get for saplings here with these. And that's a dark oak. Alright, well, we'll start our sapling empire while we're doing this. Grabbing them while we're on the way, while it is a little ADD, will mean that we won't have to go out and try to find them later. And I can always turn the logs into charcoal. But I want saplings. That was my hacks. Nope, not that bundle, this one. How much iron do I have? Just one. An iron axe might have been worthwhile, but I don't have the iron for it. Well, I do, but I'd have to cook it. That's a whole other thing. One jungle sapling. 2 jungle sapling. One dark oak sapling. Good, good, good. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Lost a few frames due to encoding lag, but not a lot. So hopefully we solved the problem. 3 jungle saplings. 3 jungle saplings. I just need one more. Two dark oak saplings. Need a few more of those. See, this is where I want to run into trouble, because this tree is butted up against another one. I might end up having to break all these leaves by hand and hope for the best. Luckily this tree isn't very big, or very tall. I see these two trees are kind of grown into each other. Hello, friend. It's getting to be dark out here. There we go. 4 dark oak saplings. Nope, thank you. No, thank you. Goodbye. Putting some stuff away here. Some food on my bar. I don't want the wood on my bar. I don't think. Jungle Temple. I haven't seen too many of these. Dispenser with a bunch of arrows in it. Ow. Ooh, armor trims. Take that. Some bones. Some bamboo. Add that to my existing bamboo. Sticky pistons are worth taking. So is this gold. This isn't. Don't worry about the string. I'll get more string. I don't need the seeds. Don't really want the redstone right now. Don't need this extra cobble. Don't need this extra mossy. Don't need this oak sapling. Cool. I've never solved these successfully. I've only ever brute forced them like that. So I don't feel bad. Well, that's neat. It's a thing. Oh, then my little boat is over here somewhere. Here you are, boat. And the water's pretty. So 988. Negative 988. I'm going in the right direction. And then I need to go to positive 4,000. Which is that this way? Yep. Okay, that took a special level of effort. So I was trying to do this. Okay. I'm on roughly the right X. Now I'm just running along the Z, or the Z. Or, you know, a mere 4,000 blocks. You know, give or take. But there will be a stronghold there, theoretically. We'll be over it. And there should be a well. So it'll be easy enough to spot because I'll find the village well. Is this a cha-cha? It is a cha-cha. We will get some more cha-cha. Again, don't care for the logs so much as the saplings. And then we're going to go that way. 4,000 blocks. But we're doing pretty good on the stuff that we're gathering up. Ooh, sapling. Or stick. Must have been a stick. Or a log. Come on. A cha-cha sapling? Yes. Another achacha sapling. There we go. Okay, so we have the achacha. And we're going a long way. So maybe we'll see melons and pumpkins on the way. And if we do, we'll grab some of them. And if we see berries along the way, we'll grab some of those. I don't want to deal with that. But I do want to mark it. It's a long way away from where I'm going. Villager outpost visible from negative 990 5F3. So just in case there are allay there, I may come back and get them. I don't want the allay right now. Alright, night's gonna happen soon. Let's get a little bit of this kelp. And just trying to think about things that I don't need a lot of right now, but a little bit of it would be helpful in the future. Yeah, we are dropping just the occasional frame due to rendering lag and encoding lag. Just the occasional. The last 156,000 we've dropped 30. So that's a lot better. So hopefully... Oh hey, Call Chap, I didn't even see you gotten on the stream. How you doing? Yeah, so far it looks like it's doing pretty good. I had a problem early on because, you know, my Wi-Fi kicked out. That's not the fault of the encoding, though. So, and coolness. Yeah, we've dropped about 30 frames out of the last 159,000, so I might call that good. But we'll see what the VOD looks like on the other side. We've had a little fun exploring here. Got some various saplings. Found a jungle ruin and got some armor trim, which is neat. Got some dark oak saplings, some achacha, some jungle. And what I'm doing right now is I am heading on to... I've identified on the map, looking at Chunk Base, a spot that has a stronghold. You know, the end stronghold. And it looks like it's actually going to be a relatively suitable spot for me to put Trader's Gate. And so rather than digging my little, you know, rat hole at spawn and doing a whole bunch of stuff there, I'm going to move on. You see that magma trying to get me? It failed. We're going to head over to this thing and try to set up shop over there. You know, world spawn will still be there, and since we have waste stones, my goal is to put a waste stone at spawn eventually. But I don't have the materials to make a waste stone right now to leave there. And the cool part about spawn is that you can always get back there. You just have to, you know, break your bed. So. Because I figured, why do all the starting survival stuff in a random chuck hole at spawn when I can just go to where I think on the chunk base is going to be a good place to work and do it there. And it's only like 4,000 blocks away. That's not a problem, right? This cliff is huge. I thought maybe I would row there, but I don't know that that's going to work out. We'll see. I'm going to try going around this continent. Glad to see that you're showing that it's working smoother on your end too. Let me bring up that OBS panel that I'm going to obsessively look at. Oh, nope, we're dropping frames from encoding lag again. Okay.